Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about early weaning, and I'm going to give you guys kind of an update at the same time about the two calves that we did wean. A lot of you may be wondering what this is. About that, I actually was tubing on the lake. For all you people that aren't around the Midwest, there's a tube that a boat pulls in the lake and you try to stay on, and the driver normally tries to knock you off. But anyway, got flung up like 8 feet in the air, something like that. That's what it seemed like for sure. And then since we were up in the air, the rope kind of got loose, and then when the boat jerked it, it jerked my arm out, jerked my shoulder out, I should say. So my shoulder was dislocated, popped back in, and went to urgent care just to make sure things were doing okay. And I have a AC joint separation, which basically means the two ligaments in my shoulder, or the ligaments in my shoulder, not two, they got torn, and so my shoulder, my collarbone and my shoulder blade are disconnected now, and my collarbone just sits a little higher on that side. So anyway, that's what the whole sling is. There's no cast, it's just I'm supposed to wear a sling. So yeah, that's been not very fun and kind of ruined my summer, because I was working and now I can't work because it was a highly manual labor job and it paid well, but can't work. So so now I'm just finishing up my summer classes, not really know what to do with myself with one arm. So anyway, so today, that's enough about my arm. Also a little bit more difficult to operate the camera with one arm. Today we're going to be talking about these guys. A lot of you may remember them. Of course, they're going to run away from me, or he will. Yep, you missed your mama. Okay, buddy, you used to be nice. Nope, he's not feeling it either. Now they're gonna run all the way over there. Make me follow them. Well, while they are over there calming down, let's talk about it. So these guys are about 3 months old. If you guys haven't seen previous videos, these are two that we put on our nurse cow, Holstein nurse cow. And she actually raised, this will be 6 for us this year. We raised them in groups of 2, and we pretty much weaned at roughly 2 to 3 months, the other ones at least. And these guys, we were just trying to get one more set off of her before we needed to dry her up. And this is what happened. So we would like to have gotten, we were supposed to take them off at 2 months just so she would have plenty of time to recoup before she calves again. And we're thinking she's gonna calve late fall, so that'll still give her 4 months roughly. We haven't had her preg check, so she may not even be bred, but that's the earliest she's been put in with a bull. So yes, this is early weaning, or at least considered early weaning. Most beef calves are gonna get weaned at 6, 7, or 8 months, and these guys are getting weaned at 3. And calves can actually survive on their own if they're weaned at 3 months. If they're out on pasture, they don't really need any grain supplementation or any kind of milk. But you're just going to sacrifice a lot of growth there. So what we're doing with these guys is, since they were out with the heifers, the breeding heifers, the heifers were getting some grain already. So these guys were getting exposed to grain. The little black one, he was eating grain really well, and the white one had just started eating grain before we weaned him. So that made the weaning process quite a bit easier. If you're just introducing grain to calves as soon as they're weaned, those first couple days they're going to lose a lot of weight because they're going to bawl, and they won't really know what feed is, and they won't really want to touch it. So yeah, them being able to eat grain early really helped out in the weaning process. Bottle calf weaning is a little bit different because they're getting grain from about a week old, so they can do pretty well weaning at 2 months off of milk replacer. It also makes the whole weaning process easier when you have a nice fenced in place here. I know a lot of people don't have access to a really nice corral, but luckily my dad has one, and it works out for us. So we did fence line wean. You might be able to see the Holstein cow way over there. She was right here along the fence, and she could get in that pasture there where the combine is. And so that made it easier on them. They had nose-to-nose contact, and they weren't bawling as much as they normally would. Yeah, weaning is never easy, but yeah, these guys took it pretty well. And so we would feed them twice a day, and we'd mix in some 16% calf grain, the same stuff we used on bottle calves, and just to give them some better quality feed than the 8% that we feed the grown cows. They're gonna chase a cat here. Anyway, while they're running off, I guess that gives me time to show you. So they also have access to this pond, makes it easier. Once again, stuff you're trying to wean calves and they're not used to things, whether that's grain or if you have a water tank, they may not find it, they may not want to drink out of it, it may taste different to them. So having a pond in your pen makes it a whole lot easier as well. And we just feed them in this big rubberized bucket here, and they don't always eat all of it. And we have some Canadian geese, you can see in that corner. There's 5 of them, and they wait till the calves are done, walk up here, and they clean it up. So that would be what all the goose poop is here. And those are just wild, they just happen to hang around here. But yeah, early weaning, it's not ideal if you can keep from doing it, but once again, if you're in a drought or a weird situation where you need to get calves off of cows, it is possible at 3-4 months. 5 months you're getting almost to the usual time. So you can wean at 2 or 3 months as long as the calves are already getting started on grain and are used to it. So these guys we did dehorn them. They both had horns actually, and they weren't big horns, but they did have some. And we did that whenever we took them off. We also wormed the cow, and try to get a little closer here. He's not too fond of me. He's okay. But they have not been cut. The reason for that is waiting on being cut is don't want to do too many things at once. We vaccinated them right before they were weaned. You don't want to do too many stressful things at once, I should say. So after they're 2 weeks weaned, then we'll try to band them. Maybe a month we'll band them. Once again, the earlier you band, the easier it is on the calf. So try to get that done pretty quick. So guys, that's all I'm going to talk about early weaning. I'm not an expert in early weaning, as we only do this when we have nurse calves or bottle calves, but it is possible for beef calves, as I mentioned, but it's not ideal. So and here's a last look at the nurse cow. Her bag's slowly going down, and people that say Holstein cows don't have motherly instincts, they definitely do. She's been out here whining, trying to get to him for a long time. So she may be a rare one, but she's a good mom. So she also needs to get some flies off of her. But anyway, she has access to a pasture. She just has to go around this lane, and she isn't doing it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, this short little quick update here. The next video I post will be in a couple days, and I'll be talking about combine fescue hay and show you some of what we've done so far. Yeah, now that I've messed up my shoulder and I can't work, I should have more time to post, and I have some exciting news for you guys as well. So stick around. Hopefully, if you guys are not subscribed yet, you will do so by the end of the video. And of course, for everyone else, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out. With that being said, I will see you guys next time.